Welcome to Uriah Heep, the Magician's Podcast. I'll be covering every studio song the band has recorded and every bonus track that I can find. Each week we'll go over a new song from the beginning to where they are currently, and as they keep adding albums, I'll keep adding shows. Let the deep dive party begin.
In the magic garden, some were singing, some were dancing.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Uriah Heep, the Magician's Podcast. I am your host, Scott Haskin, and happy Friday to you guys who are listening on release day and care that it's Friday. We have a song for you today going all the way back to the 7th season, the title and first track on the album Wonderworld, the song Wonderworld. I originally reviewed this back on February 25th of 2021 and was just a couple episodes away from discovering one of my new favorite Uriah Heep songs, The Shadows in the Wind. That just pops into my head at random times, which is fantastic because it's a great song. So why would I be upset at that? Today we're going to dig into Wonderworld, though. Not a song I really remember off the top of my head. I wasn't very familiar with the Wonderworld album, obviously, but it definitely yielded some really good stuff. So let's just jump in. Wonderworld. Okay, couple things right off the bat. I love the piano sound that we're getting from Phil. It almost feels like a really old classical piano and just has a real dark mood to it on top of the supporting music, right? Because that's going to affect the tone of the piano. But also this is very reminiscent of a bonus track from the Demons and Wizards session called Sunshine. Another favorite of mine that I absolutely love. I probably commented on this when I did the review the first time. As I said before, I don't go back and listen to them. So this is really kind of a fresh take for me because it's not a song that I really know very well. But it's got a good feel to it. I mean, but that progression is very similar. It's an alternate of the sunrise progression or sunshine progression. And also, Mick's playing the wah in the background, very similar to the way he did on Sunshine. But you know what? Here's the thing, guys. The song wasn't released. So if you have ideas or a song, whether it's complete or not, if it's not out there, then you're just morphing it into another song. That happens all the time. In later years, Sunshine did get released, and now I can see the comparison too. But it wasn't released at the time that this was written. So for the public, this would have been a brand new song.
Speak of dreams, we marvel at what they conceal, but in my wonder world, each sleeping vision is so real. I believe in hope that all the things I see.
I really love the combination of piano and bass guitar here. I know I've said I'm not a big fan of piano, and that's very true, but there are some things that are very pleasant. I'm really liking the tones that we're getting here on this. I like Phil's gentle playing. I really dig, though, just the melding of the bass and piano on here. And not hearing Mick at this point yet, but he might be, just not in this part, so that's fine. I'm sure he'll be back. Nice delivery from Bernie, of course, and boy, Lee, we don't hear a lot of rim shots from Lee. It's not a very common thing that he does, but every once in a while he dials back and plays some rim shots instead of some snare. But this definitely has like a pleasant radio playability feel to it, which I like.
Will one day bring such truth and peace as we can feel, free from
listen to the beautiful tone of that guitar. I mean, it just sounds for these single notes that we're hearing, it just sounds really lush and fantastic, and really cutting in nicely because those are in different frequencies from the rest of the instrument, so they cut through a little bit. I do feel that everything is a little bit louder than Bernie, so I would have liked a little bit more Bernie in the mix. Not a whole lot. They're pretty close. And again, I'm an old nitpicky engineer, so that's how it goes. But yeah, this is nice. This feels really pleasant. I feel very very calm and relaxed listening to this.
I'm just not so far from what we call reality. And at times I know I wonder if it all could come true. Oh, Mr. Wonderworld, don't be afraid, 'cause dreams remain. They were made to dim the light, the torment they can bring, and leave you free to laugh aloud and hear your heart bells ring.
Definitely back to hearing a combination of male and female voices in the backing vocals, but I think it sounds really pleasant. I think it adds like a nice epic, I guess, atmosphere to this song. And there's a song that it's like it's trying to get into my head to use it as a comparison, but I think it's an old David Coverdale song. I want to say You Love Me. And I think I want to say Ronnie James Dio and his wife might have been singing on that. I can't remember now. I know he did on one of David Coverdale's earlier songs, but it had like that almost soulful choir sound that just really brought the song to a level it would not have hit or a direction it would not have taken had it not been for that one change or that one decision. And I think it really works here in a song like this.
Mr.
Again, I really like how the piano sounds here, but I do think the mix is a little bit off balance. I think Mick is a little too much in the background. I think the piano is a little too much in the foreground. I think there could have been a little bit better of a balance there, but it's overall, it sounds good. I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty close, but just a little shift in each, I think, would have made this a little bit better of a mix. And keeping in mind that these projects tend to not have a very big budget. So there may have been time constraints. There may have been, rushing through the mixes. It's very possible. But overall, as I said, this whole album, and it's held consistent even up through this song, the mix has been pretty good. I think it's slightly off on this one, but not by much. So that's not a big deal. But most of the songs, I've commented on how much I've liked the mix. So it's not bad, but not everything's going to be perfect or pleasing to every ear. And not everybody's going to be a crotchety old engineer like I am. I gotta say, Bernie is just ripping it up on this song. Sounds absolutely fantastic. I love the passion in his vocals, as I always do, but there's sometimes he just finds just a little bit more, and I think he's found it on this song. A little bit of an abrupt change going into this section. I didn't expect that, so I kind of feel like I need to fasten my seatbelt because we've still got, a minute of this song left, and this is a band who's known for some pretty harsh changes in the music that you never know where they're going, and I love that about them.
Don't be afraid, 'cause your dreams were made. They were made to dim the light, the torment they can
I don't know if you guys caught that, but there was some nice switching in the sound of the organ in that last section. It was a little bit smooth, and then all of a sudden, the oscillators kicked in and it sounded a little more vibrato. That was a really nice and unexpected change. Again, like I've said so many times over the last 3 years, it's like you never know what these guys are going to throw into a song. There's surprises all over the place. I'm sure that, as many as I've caught, I'm sure there's been plenty that I've missed just because there's so much going on in these songs. And I love that. I absolutely love that about this band. They always keep you on your toes as a listener. And there are times when they don't, but you're still like, but are they going to? Because you just don't know. You get so used to that, they cram so much into a song. And yeah, that was nice work on that, Phil. Fantastic, epic ending, I have to say. And again, feels very theatrical. Another fade, which, boy, I'm surprised how many songs fade out on this album. Just really wasn't expecting that with going in thinking, this was a recording that was preparing for concert. So I would have expected everything would have had a defined ending worked out that would translate to the stage. But obviously that was not the case, and that's fine. That was my assumption going into it. That is 100% on me. I saw no documentation on that, except for that one phrase that this was recorded in preparation for acoustically driven and electrically driven. But yeah, this is nice. I definitely feel like it could fit in a movie, over a montage or something like that. It has that cinematic possibility, I have to say, but it's a good tempo. It has a really good feel to it. Some great playing on it. Love that little bit from Mick at the end with that slow wah in there, and that just distancing vocal from Bernie as it just fades out into oblivion. Really like the song. Yeah, I'm sure I like the original. I have no doubt of that, but I certainly like this version as well. That being said, it's Friday, guys. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. If it is your weekend, if it's not, I just hope you have a great damn day. Take some time, do something great for yourself, and take a minute and do something for somebody else. It doesn't take much to put a smile in somebody's day, guys. Have a good one. Cheers. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Uriah Heep, the Magician's Podcast. If you have enjoyed this show, please consider going over to Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast outlet, leaving a rating or a review. Be sure to subscribe to make sure that you are notified when new episodes are available. Please be sure to share this podcast with your fellow Uriah Heep enthusiasts and anyone who you think would like Uriah Heep, which should be everyone. And if you are so inclined, please feel free to contribute to the Patreon account. And if you are not a Patreon subscriber, you can also pay through the PayPal link on the website listed in the show links below. I would also like to thank Uriah Heep for their very generous support of the show. And thank you guys for listening. We'll see you in the next episode. Happy days!